Hello and welcome back to another fun episode of Mrs. Understood with Renee V, where being misunderstood makes perfect sense. I have a really cool guest here today. Her name is Carol Kabaale. Did I say that right? Yay!
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, you
Carol.
did.
Carol is a fractional CMO and paid visibility strategist who partners with established women-led businesses to create clarity, sustainable growth, and clients on repeat without the noise or burnout. Yes. Welcome, welcome, Carol. I am so happy that you agreed to be on with me today.
Oh
Um,
my God.
welcome, welcome. So,
Firstly, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be here. I've been waiting for this. When I first met Renee, I said, you and I are the same thing in different shades. So I'm excited to be on this podcast and I'm excited to just like reconnect with you. It's amazing. Let's do it.
yeah, I'm very excited to hear more about what you're up to. So let's start with what I find is really the root of why I've created this podcast. It's feeling misunderstood, right? So
Mhm.
a lot of us feel that way, and it comes in many shapes and forms. So you've spoken about being feeling misunderstood like early on as just an ads person. So
Correct.
how did your experience reshape the way you position yourself and the work you do today?
So, as you said, when I started, I really just felt like an ads person. But at first, I was like kind of happy in that role. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
yes, I'm the ads person. But very quickly, I realized that I do a whole lot more for my clients than just run ads for them.
Mhm.
I become their therapist, their friend, their strategic partner. I also help with their marketing. And yet, when I positioned myself or when they spoke about me, they were like, oh, yeah, Carol, she does our ads. And it felt really like, well, that feels very diminishing because I do a whole bunch more.
Mhm.
So I really, I'm not going to lie to you, it took me a minute. I mean, testament to before, here's a little scoop, people listening. Before we got onto this call, I sent her a bio and it was different to the bio we have today. Why? Because clarity takes time.
Yeah.
And when you finally find that clarity, it's through trial and error. For me, it was doing a lot of inner work and a lot of removing those blocks that were making me think I am not worthy to be more than the ads person.
Mhm.
But now that I feel very empowered by it, and I know that I've been doing this the whole time, just haven't been calling it, it just feels like good. So, yeah, that's one of the places where I could say I was misunderstood.
I love that. So I think the title of fractional CMO is something that might not be familiar to people. Could you explain? So I feel like what it is you're a thought partner, right? As opposed to like a vendor. Is that
Yeah, so
correct?
so that is kind of it, but also with the fractional CMO, so in traditional companies, I know a lot of us are solopreneurs or entrepreneurs, but in like traditional business, corporate, you have a chief marketing officer, and that person's role is to do like all the marketing stuff. They do all the strategy, all the thinking, and then they move all the other components. That's kind of what I already did for my clients, plus run ads. Now I'm saying to them, I can be that person for you where I can look at your entire marketing strategy. I can see what is your goal. And instead of having me on your team full time, I'm just there when you need me. Like
Mhm.
I go in, we strategize, we plan out, we go. If you have a team you can implement, we can touch base. So it's fractional in the way that I'm like there, but I'm not a complete member of your team. So it works out best for all of us because I know we have a lot of moving pieces.
Oh, yes. I mean, I think that that could be likened to like maybe having like a lawyer on retainer. Like it's someone that you can kind of call upon when needed and use your skills, your passion for what you do and implement it in your everyday business or if you're trying to build a business, whatever, whatever
Yeah.
have you. So
Whatever.
yeah, whatever it is, and I think that's really a cool, kind of spin on what you do that's different than
Mhm.
what most, what people think they need in when they're building a business, and
Correct.
it's so and just your personality is just so bright and friendly that I feel like you would be such a wonderful person to work with. And
Oh,
I want
so sweet.
whoever's listening to this, if you're looking for someone to help you with marketing, this is, you know, a platform where I am able to allow people like Carol come on and talk about what they do, and you can learn and possibly use her services. I'm thinking I might use her services. So, it's something that your attention to that type of detail, it takes it off the plate of someone who's got so much on their plate to begin with.
And right. And for me, it really became a thing of like most of my clients, and I say this with a lot of pride, are currently the internet's best kept secrets because
Ooh.
what they do is so valuable and it's so needed. And they just need to be put in front of their people. You know, it I'm a venture for a second and just say it pisses me off when the internet bros and internet girls or women of the world come out here with their Lamborghinis and their Birkins and they tell you this is the only way to be successful. No. Who made you like, the president of whatever? No. A lot of my clients have very small social media followings. They have very small email lists, but they hit revenue goals of 6, 7 figures. And they do that because they speak to their people, because they're doing good work and getting good results, which just goes to show you don't need to be this fancy person.
Hmm.
You can be exactly who you are and just have the right eyeballs or the right visibility put on you.
Hmm.
And it's a game changer. So that's also why I'm so passionate about doing this.
I love it. It's almost like a science I've figured out that just because I mean we're a different generation than the ones that were born with a cell phone in their hands, right? They
Oh
they
gosh,
can
yes.
figure things out. I mean, it's like second nature to them, where people like
Hmm.
us, and I'm sure a lot of people who are listening are trying to navigate the social media world, the algorithm. How do there's a lot of noise out there. So,
Hmm.
how do I stand out in that noise as a person that really knows what I'm doing, even though I don't drive a Lamborghini and have Birkin bag? Those things
Yeah,
are nice and great, but it doesn't represent success in my head,
exactly.
right?
For
So
me,
yeah, so like how do you um challenge the idea of like more noise equals more success? Like what does smarter visibility look like for an established business?
for an established business, it's realizing that the algorithm was never meant for you. You have too much time and you are too smart and you are too good at what you're doing to be making dancing videos and pointing at things on the screen. Your time should be spent doing what you were brought on this planet to be of service and to be whatever you want to be. If you want to be on an island drinking mojitos, go do that, girl. But don't be the person who thinks they have to do the next shiny tactic, the next thing. What I would say is look, if you are truly an established business owner, you understand that there needs to be a part of your budget that goes back into your business. So
Mhm.
you're betting on yourself, you're investing in yourself. And one of the things that all these social media platforms have is that you can run ads. And for me, I do not treat ads as like gambling or a quick fix solution. I treat it as an investment in myself. So, do I want to grow my email list? Do I want to grow my community? Do I want to like have more people show up at my challenges? Buy more of my offers? I invest by putting ads, money into ads or paid visibility, and I no longer have to compete with the algorithm, with the latest trend, with whatever
Mhm.
it is. And that also changes how you show up because you're not constantly creating content for the sake of creating content. You're just showing up doing what you would naturally do, which is sharing your greatness, sharing what it is that you do and how you help people. And then you amplify it by putting paid visibility behind it.
Mhm.
And that's it. It's very simple, actually.
It is, and we complicate it so often, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah,
If you don't choose paid visibility, here's the truth. If you don't choose paid visibility, you're going to sacrifice your time.
mm,
So if you want to spend the next 5 years trying to figure out how TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, whatever platform is, by all means, go do that.
mhm.
I salute you. You're probably, if you really do it every single day, you probably will get ahead. But I'm also telling you this because I've seen it. The CEO of Instagram has come out and said it publicly multiple times that they change the algorithm every single day. So every single time you buy a course, you sign up to another mentor that's telling you this is exactly what you're going to do, you're already behind. The only thing that has stayed consistent since these platforms have started is the fact that they want people to stay on that platform and they want to make money. And how they do that is paid visibility.
Wow. And I've noticed as of late a lot of new ads. I mean, my feed is changing constantly. Uh I'm seeing people that I don't even know, but it's a paid ad, so I click on it. It's something that constantly evolves, and what worked yesterday is not necessarily going to work today, but what you're saying is that paid ads are like the golden thread through all of that. That have
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, look, if even if we take a platform like Facebook, there was a time like being in groups was a really big thing. I know
Mhm.
I was in like 20,000 groups. And
I
then there
still
was a
am.
time where,
I still
right?
am.
We're like messaging people, having conversation in Messenger. That was the thing, getting sales in the DMs. Then there was stories. Oh, you've got to be posting stories because that's how you're going to make money. Then it was Reels. Oh gosh, Reels, it's this thing. You have to do it. Now it's TikToks or whatever. It's always going to change. But if I can be honest with you,
Mhm.
since Meta started advertising, I'm just using Meta or Facebook or Instagram as that platform, there's been ads, and the ads have not changed. You pay something, and your people get put in front of them. It's just that simple.
It is. And I think people fear, especially because I know I'm speaking from my own experience,
Hmm.
fear in putting that money towards an ad. But I've been in trainings where they changed kind of my perspective on it and said, well, if you spend 10 grand on an ad, but you get a million back in return, that 10 grand is like a drop in the bucket. It's nothing, right?
Exactly.
Because it was a means to the end, right? It was a way to invest in yourself and what you have to offer, and the return is powerful, and it makes you
Yeah.
think kind of differently about investing. I mean, you think about how many things we invest in,
Hmm.
but people are scared of ads,
Yes, exactly.
right?
Like people would buy a coffee every single day at your favorite coffee place and spend like 10 to $20 on this coffee,
Uh-huh.
but you won't take that same amount of money and invest it in your business.
Yeah.
I'm here to tell you, like, you don't need to spend thousands of dollars to run effective ads. Can you? Of course. And if you want to, you can also like hire me. And if you have a small budget, you can also hire me.
Mhm.
But what I'm trying to say is that like the budget just kind of dictates the result.
Mhm.
As you were saying, if you
Mhm.
put in $10,000 in, you're more likely to get a million. But if you put like $10 in, maybe you'll get 100 back or 1,000 back.
Sure.
The truth is, most small, either solopreneurs or people with a small team, like under 10, if you had 20 people right now can be, I want to be your client right now. I don't know if you could even handle that. If 20 people wanted to sign up today.
Mhm.
So it's not a volume thing. You don't need all these people. You need consistent amount of small groups of people showing up. And once you've put that infrastructure in, you'll actually have more money to run more ads. So then you can say, okay, I want 20 people every day. That makes sense, you
Right. It's
know?
almost like the
But we don't
chicken and the
start there.
egg, right? It's a chicken and the egg kind of theory where you don't know what's going to cause what,
Yes.
So, but putting maybe a small part of your budget as a business owner or an entrepreneur into ads, it could change the whole game. Is
Correct.
that
And you
right?
can get something out of it. I also don't want you to run ads. Anyone listening to this being like, oh, Carol said, let's go run ads. Run ads that make sense for you. If you have nothing or you've never run ads, I would suggest running ads to like a lead magnet, for example, where
Mhm.
at least at the end of you running ads, you're going to have a whole bunch of emails and people that you can nurture and people that you can follow up on and have potential sales opportunity versus running ads to like, I don't know, a digital product, which may or may not perform, you know? Start small.
Ooh, I love that. And you're just my wheels are turning because it sounds so simple. It really does. But it takes someone like you to kind of amplify what is really good about it, about ads, and simplify it, right? Amplify, simplify.
Yeah.
But
Amplify and simplify. I might have to steal that.
yeah, I think that is something that I'm going to use too, because I feel like that's kind of a testament to a lot of things that we do as
Yes.
entrepreneurs, business owners, people that want to change the world is we complicate it. So
Yes.
there's too many factors and there's too many things, so we complicate it. So I think we need to simplify to amplify, right? So Carol and I, just to let you know, people, we're using that from now on. Amplify,
Yes, that's
simplify
our
to
thing. Simplify to
that's our
amplify. You heard
hashtag.
it here.
We're coining it. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I
I
love it.
love it. No, and
Yeah.
it makes so much more sense. It also, like you said, when you get really simple, you get to the root of something and
Mhm.
you're not distracted by anything else. So you end up naturally growing like vertically instead of like when you focus on 20 shiny things, you've got 10%, 20%, 20%, and you never make any progress. So
Mhm.
at the end of the year, you feel like, oh, I've done nothing. And
Mhm.
that's not great.
And you don't have in the bank anything in the bank account to say, that you did something. And that, yeah,
Exactly.
because I think a lot of us equate success with what's in our bank account. And yes, you need money, right? But it's not
Of
everything.
course.
But you want to see, as a person trying to do big things in the world, you want to see the payback. It's a
I
lot of
agree.
work.
And I think it's important. And I think it's important because, look, I speak so passionate about this because I have been this person. I have been the person who's bought every single course. I've been the person who has gone into every single mastermind. Not only because I generally do and love learning, like I'm addicted to learning. I have a problem, I know.
It's a
But
great
also because
problem.
it's just very addicting. You're just like, what if I don't know this thing? But also, what I've learned is that you can know everything or you can invest in all these different things. But if you do not give it time, if you do not like actually implement, it's never going to work. So the thing I really, and this is why I keep coming back to paid visibility, especially if you have something that's already working. If you already know, hey, when people book a call with me to sign up to work with me, however, like that works. They just sign up, they put in their detail, we get on a call, I close them. Brilliant. You could run ads to that. If you have this thing that's $7, $97, a course, a digital product, whatever it is, and people, you make a story, a post, whatever it is, people go, they buy, they see it, they buy it, they check out. That's a proven offer.
Hmm.
Where people make a mistake with ads is that they want to get rich quick
Yeah.
and they decide, oh, I'm going to create a course that no one's heard about, that no one's gone through, that no one's done anything with, or I'm going to create this offer where no one's seen it, no clients, no testimonial, no nothing. I'm going to put some money behind it and I'm going to become a millionaire. And I'm going to here to tell you that if that was the case, I would be drinking wine on a beach right now with my husband and my little Boston Terrier. I
Yeah.
would not be on this call because I would be chilling there.
We'd be in San Tropez. I mean, that's
I
what
love it.
I know the get rich quick thing. When you start working on mindset, a lot of like energy work has to be done. And,
Mhm.
a lot of it, you're kind of fed that you can be, do, and have anything. And that's great because you really can. But I think the get rich quick thing is the first thing that pops in people's head. Well, if I create this, like you
That's
said,
it.
no one's ever done this before. And I've made this mistake, right? No one has ever done this. This is something that's needed. I'm going to kill it, right? want
Yeah.
to kill it. But I never did paid visibility because I just didn't even get to the point in that kind of topic that I was addressing. I didn't even get that
Mm.
far. So sometimes I think people misconstrue like throwing money at an ad is going to cause them to be successful. And that's not true. That's
Yeah.
what they're saying. Yeah.
Exactly that. Exactly that. Yeah.
So like I think people think that paid visibility is often seen as chasing attention.
Hmm.
And that's like I think that's a limiting belief people have. So how do you help your clients identify what's already working so their amplification feels aligned instead of exhausting? Where'd you go?
I don't know. I don't know. What happened? That's interesting. Um, Stay tuned to a commercial break while Carol figures out what happens to her camera. One sec.
Sure. Um,
One sec.
oh,
Oh, everything went away. Did everything go away?
no, I see you.
Okay, sorry.
Good.
Okay, so one way that I help people become aligned and get in their process is by basically seeing what's already working. So we first get really clear on what is their goal for this season. So are you trying to gain more people in your email list, for example?
Mhm.
If so, then we go, okay, what lead magnets have worked in the past really, really well? And then we work on what tinier offers do you have in place
Mhm.
that can support this entire funnel. The reason I say that is because, example, I have this client
Mhm.
who has a great lead magnet, and then we had like a $40 offer that goes right next to it. It's like a little order bump. If someone feels like it, they add it. It's like a little kit, like
Okay.
a little kit, a starter kit. So that's $40. And then if they want, they buy it. If they don't have to buy it. And
Mhm.
then after that, on the thank you page, it actually has another offer for them. Like, hey, thank you, your free thing's on the thing. But if you really want to accelerate, you should also grab this thing. And that thing is $97. So there's a percentage of people who will buy the order bump, and there's a percentage of people who will buy the $97 offer. Having just those two little points in your funnel, additionally from the free thing,
Mhm.
literally has made us spend zero. We're not making money, but we're not losing money on ads. And actually, if you look at it in the long run, like the lifetime value of that person,
Mhm.
yes, they came in and they got this free thing. But now, for example, she's running an event, a challenge. And that challenge, the first step, it's a paid challenge, it's $14. And then there's a VIP upsell that's $97. And then there's something else afterwards, which is her membership, which is $197. So from this free person,
Mhm.
you've technically potentially already made like close to $300.
Right.
And that's just one of the people. So it's really important when we identify what it is that you're looking for, right? To see what do you have to support it to
Mhm.
either run ads, either you're making money, hopefully, or you're breaking even where it's zero, but you have other activities, sales activities that you're going to do that will make it worth their while.
Ooh, I'm learning a lot today.
I love that. No, listen, it's not, it can feel overwhelming,
Mhm.
but it's easier when you visualize it. It's easier when it's like there. And
Mhm.
that is something, there we go. And that is something that I really specialize in. Haha, we're
Hey.
back.
Hey.
And that is something that I really specialize in because I like to look at the full funnel. I will always caution you from only trying to use ads to make money directly from ads because it's really expensive. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
You to do that, you're gonna have to be spending big budgets. And if you have the budget, girl, let's go do the things. I'm here. Let's go do the things. I'm ready, I'm willing, I'm able. But
Yeah.
most of us don't have those budgets. Most of us want to spend 20, $30. Sometimes if like we have a big project, we want to spend for a little while $100 a day, maybe for like 7 days, and we want to
Mhm.
stop again. So, given that, we have to think, well, the money is not going to come from the initial purchase. So, how are we going to get it back?
Mhm.
And that's why we look at, yes, this is how they're going to come in, but this is how we're going to get our money back. It's not a quick fix at all.
I think that's really a good kind of mantra to have, is that not like get rich quick doesn't typically happen. Easy. It just falls into your lap. It hardly happens, right? There's a lot of work underneath that iceberg, of the tip of the iceberg where everyone sees success. There's
Yeah.
layers under there of
Yeah.
work and heartache and tears and all the things of trying harder, trying different. And the power of the pivot is so powerful, right?
Correct.
It's an important kind of trait that people like that want to do big things need to understand, is that
Exactly.
you're going to
And the
fail.
big thing there as
Yeah.
well will be is once you figured it out, this is the beauty of it all,
Mhm.
right? I don't really like maths. Recently, I've learned that I have number dyslexia, so it ain't my thing. But what I can tell you this, the numbers do not lie. Even though they may turn around in my little head, they do not lie. Once you've figured out your funnel or how the customer journey is working, right? You
Mhm.
can reverse engineer that and say, if I need 10 people to buy all the time, then that means I need to spend, example, $100.
Mhm.
$100 goes in, 10 people comes out. And that is all due to like how well your landing pages are doing and your conversion rates are doing, how people are buying over email, how people are buying. Once you can identify those lanes and those numbers and put them all together, it becomes so easy and it becomes a pattern. That's why it's important to start with a good base of an offer that's already working and
Mhm.
then fine tuning it and being like, okay, that's great. We know now. We do this, this happens. We do this, this happens. And that's it. No
Wow.
extra work.
Well, and I think that's important to say too, is that you're, like I mentioned before, you're not trying harder, you're trying different. This is a different avenue to get people into your ecosystem and
Mhm.
have them be put them on an email list. I mean, it's not difficult. I think it's just not easy.
Yeah.
Unless
It's
you
not,
have
I will say,
somebody, you
I'll
have
say it's
somebody to
not
help
easy.
you.
Yeah, it's not easy because I'm not allowed to you. They make it difficult to run ads. I don't know why, because if they made it simpler, they would make more money.
Hmm.
So 9 out of 10, you will need help, whether it's from me or somebody else, because Ads Manager is a whole lot of thing or whatever platform you're on. It's very much not user friendly. But if you're willing to do the work, if you're willing to put it in that work, it really can be very helpful. And then, like you said, you were speaking about like, well, what if I don't want to like do TikToks or do videos all the time? You're just changing like one ad that maybe is not working. You're not creating a whole content schedule of like 30 posts and this carousel. No, it's like maybe 2 or 3 videos.
I'm tired just thinking about it.
Yeah, me
Like
too.
the
Me too. Me too.
the social media schedule calendar, that it's a good guide, but I rarely saw a return from that, you
Yeah.
know.
And I feel like with AI, it's become even worse because
Mhm.
now that we can produce more, we're expected to produce more. Like
Mhm.
we're expected to show up more and be everywhere and post not once a day. Now we have to post 4 times a day or 5 times a day. And I'm like, I'm trying to just adult and be a human. I'm not trying to do whatever that is over there.
Yes,
No,
and to
thank you.
not be all constantly looking at a screen. You're missing out on parts of your life. Uh-oh, are you there? Okay, go ahead. So,
So
yeah.
you tell
I
them.
feel like the universe there's some cosmic activity happening now. We keep getting cut in and out, and different strange things are happening. And Carol has something to say about that.
I think it's the world, the universe channeling me to tell you, okay, stop. You're overwhelming them. It's a lot. No, 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 don't tell them that. So every time that we're frozen or we had some technical difficulties, just know it was for your benefit.
That's right.
That's all.
That's right. There is no failure. There's just like moving forward. We're failing forward, and this is just
Correct.
even us kind of navigating through the difficulties with the tech. I mean, it's funny. I don't feel like it's like people would get so upset and, oh my gosh, we have to start over. No, this is life. This
It's
is
fine.
real. This is real.
Yeah.
and raw and how it is, right? Everyone is going to be able to relate to what just happened on this podcast
Yeah.
recording.
I mean, most times we get on the Zoom and you're like, can you hear me? Is this working? Am I
Yes,
sharing my screen? I think we
yes,
all get it.
yes.
Tech will like to tech. Okay.
Correct. And
You
we are
can
going to be
prepare as much as you
moving our
want. It
way
likes
through
to
it.
tech.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So Carol, I'm unfortunately we're out of time. So I want to
Okay.
thank you for for being here and being so real and so relatable.
Thank
Where can
you.
my audience find you?
So everywhere on the internet, my name is Carol Kabaale. Carol like Christmas Carol.
Mhm.
And Kabaale is spelled Kabaale.
Mhm.
My new favorite place to hang out for this year, where I'm trying to be a little bit more intentional, is over on LinkedIn. So if you want to go keep me accountable, go send me a message there and make sure that I reply. So yeah, but everywhere it's just Carol Kabaale. My website is also the same. And I also have a podcast called the Client Code Podcast, which very soon Renee will be
I
on.
will be
So
on. I have to
look out
schedule
for
that.
that.
Yes. I'm very excited to continue having these cool conversations with you.
Yeah.
So if you could share one sentence, something that helped you in life that you want to share with this audience, what would it be?
What you don't change, you choose.
Whew. Yep.
What you don't change, you choose. I have learned that I learned it really a lot last year. It applies to everything in life. If you want to start with just personal, if you are in a bad marriage, relationship, you have horrible friends, you're choosing that if you're staying.
Mhm.
So make a change in your business. If you're not happy with where you are, what you're doing, who your team members are, what they're doing, you have a choice. You do not need to be there. If you feel burnt out, if you feel isolated, if you do not have community, and you are still staying and doing nothing about it, you're choosing it. So I would empower you. I want to give you permission, not that you need it, but if you want it, here it is. What you don't change, you choose. So choose something different today.
Ooh, let's mic drop it at that. Thank you so much, Carol. That was so great. And I want to just let everyone out there know that Carol's here to help you. Follow her, use her services. She's wonderful and she's out to help you, right? She's got a servant's heart. So thank you again for being here. And this is the podcast where being understood starts with understanding yourself. And I think you have a really clear understanding, Carol, of yourself aside from all the noise that's out there. So thank you so much for being real and helpful. And I love this conversation. Thank you so much.
Thank you.